Fired up.
Hey everybody, live in the dealership, sitting with one of my newer sales representatives who made a little mistake, and many of you perhaps have done the same thing. We're going to have a little training moment here where I'm going to hear how he conducted a process with a client that we were looking to capture and see if I can add some value to him and in turn all of you. Take it away, Mr. X. Go ahead.
Alrighty, so originally when he came in September, he was looking for a single cab pickup truck, and he was looking to trade in his truck. So we ended up going for a test drive, got him his appraisal numbers, and showed him some figures.
Right.
How it went was, for him to get into the new truck, he would be $19,000, and he was looking for a cash buy. So
you mean he would trade his vehicle in and
trade
have
his
to give us $19,000?
All right. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so last time he said that if we could get to $12,000,
right,
he would do the deal.
Okay.
And at the time, with the incentives and the amount of room we had on the vehicle, we couldn't get there.
Okay.
So come
first thing I'm
week,
going to ask you, what was the vehicle he was trading in?
A 2021 Ford Ranger Lariat.
Ford Ranger Lariat, and he was looking at?
A F-150 single cab long bed.
What was the Ford Ranger not doing for him anymore that he was looking for the F-150 to start doing?
He needed to tow more.
Why?
Because he does moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does he move?
Like furniture, fridges, appliances, stuff like
Like whole homes? Does he move houses or?
generally just appliances. For people.
Okay. So what was he not able to move as many appliances at a time in the Ranger as he could with the F-150?
Exactly.
And so what value would that give to him if he could move more appliances?
He could make more money.
Okay, go on.
So I call him back, or I send him the quick page, we get back in contact, and he comes back into the dealership. Took him for a test drive.
Shout out quick page, by the way. Go on.
Sent him for a test drive, or I went with a test drive with him.
Good answer.
And then we come back in, I go over to Jamie, figure out what trade appraisal is going to be again,
Okay.
and then basically value stayed the same.
Right.
And then, so with the incentives we have for this month, we can get him down to the $12,000 mark, which is where he said he wanted to be last time.
Okay, so this is visit 2.
Yes.
On visit 1, we were at 19, and he said if you could do it at 12, I'm a player.
Yeah.
Nobody solicited an offer at that. We just assumed we couldn't do it and walked the guy.
Jamie came over and discussed with them, said, was there any way we could make this happen?
So Jamie didn't close the deal.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay,
but
so,
it was the first time. Yeah.
But the guy said he was closable at 12 grand.
Yeah.
And
We were
Jamie wasn't willing to do the deal at 12 grand, and that's why ultimately, or at least one of the reasons why it didn't close.
At that time, yes.
All right, so now he comes back, you go through all the motions again,
Yeah.
and basically you're telling me that between you and Jamie and programs and everything considered, now we can do the 12 grand that the guy wanted the day before.
The month, or
They're the
3
month
months
before.
ago, yeah.
And are we able to do that and we're profitable? This is not your decision to make, but Jamie has deemed it a good deal that we're willing to take
Yes.
at that figure?
Yes.
Okay. So at what point did you say to the customer, I understand we had a target, you were looking to get to that $12,000 mark difference. Do I understand you correctly? If we're able to hit that with the new incentives and the appraisals we're about to do right now, that's where we're at and we can earn your business right now?
So that's what I said to him, and he said, oh, I was thinking actually maybe 6,000.
Okay. And then when you said to him, how did you arrive at that?
Yeah, exactly.
He
So I
said?
said that, and he said, oh, I thought when you, so previously, in a message that I texted him before the quick page, it said that we could do 40,000 for his trade, which I mentioned, like told him before. So this was in September, the last message that I'm talking about. And for some reason, he's trying to say that he thought we would give him the brand new $60,000 truck for $40,000, like $20,000 discounted on top of his trade. So basically, just give him a new truck for free with his trade-in.
Is that the truck that you are telling me you all said he could have for his trade-in, which is the Ranger, plus 19 grand, gets him the vehicle he wants?
Exactly.
Okay, so what? You're losing me.
So
right now I'm getting lost.
This time around, We told him we could get him 12, which is where he wanted to be. And then he comes back and says, how about 6? Which is not.
And I'm saying to you,
Yes.
I'm confused, sir. We actually let you walk because we weren't able to come to an agreement
Yes.
when 12,000 was the difference.
Yes.
How have you arrived at thinking we can do $6,000 better than what we couldn't do 2.5 months ago?
I asked him that, and he just kind of like muttered under his breath, like, "Oh, like I just thought you might be able to get a little bit more." And it was just like,
So this is
Yeah,
this is
and
part
then
of this is part of the strengthening your deal.
Yes.
So at that point, did you say to him, I didn't quite understand what you said there, sir,
Mhm.
but I guess what I'm trying to understand is we did not extend our hand to do business with you and congratulate you when we had a unfeasible number of $12,000 as the difference.
yes.
I'm a little confused as how have you come back into the store now when we weren't able to do 12 and think now you want to do it at 6? Like what, I'm really lost.
I too was really lost, and I tried to figure it
But
out.
I want to know what because if that was asked, which is what I'm saying with you, then
I did
what
say
was
that.
the answer?
So his answer was he thought that I said that the new truck that we'd be selling would be $40,000.
Okay, but when you were here on your first visit, sir, we were on the right vehicle, correct?
Yes.
And we had your trade appraised, correct?
Yes.
And we said to you, we can get you out of that vehicle you don't want and deserve to drive anymore and get you into the one you do want and deserve to drive. And we're going to take your trade and we're going to need $19,000, at which point you said, I would love to do that if I only had to give you $12,000.
Yes.
So why are you here now thinking that what was already unattainable, and I don't even know, I think it's still unattainable, but I'm just trying to get to an agreement with you here.
Yeah.
How have you arrived now at $6,000 less than that? Like, why did you even drive out here and spend your gas money to do this? Something's not making sense. Forgive me, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. And he says,
He said, "Oh,
because what I'm arguing or questioning is that's how clear that conversation goes.
yeah."
So what is the answer to that?
So his answer
or did
was-
that conversation not get had that clear?
No, I had that conversation with him very clearly, and he just kept saying, "I thought the new truck was $40,000."
I understand, sir. When you were here in September, the new
Yes.
truck you're looking to buy, when we considered your trade-in and putting you into that new truck you wanted to buy, there was a difference of $19,000.
Yes.
What it's being sold for, $1 million or $2, is irrelevant. We were talking about taking your trade in. You're going to give us $19,000 more dollars, and we can give you that truck. At which you said, if I could give you 12, not 19, I'm in.
Yep.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter what you thought about the truck selling this or that. Explain that part to me.
So I told him, I was like, "So remember last time how we were at 19,000? With the incentives we have on for this month, we can actually get it down to the 12,000 mark that you were looking at before."
Pause. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. You're telling him that we're able to do something without any commitment from him, and that is why he is now looking for more. Because if you were able to do something that easily, there's more meat on that bone, and now you have put a seed of doubt in him. There's two reasons a customer doesn't buy a vehicle. They're either worried about making a poor decision, or they're worried about being taken advantage of. And when you don't solicit the offer in the manner we've discussed, and you just say, hey, we can do it now, then all that tells me, if I was him, is, oh my God, if they walked me before, but they can do it that easily now, there's more opportunity on the table. Now I need to play dumb and say what you're sharing with me. So in essence, can we agree to this, that when he arrived, an offer wasn't solicited based on what he was okay doing the first time around, you went and found out that we were able to do that, you coughed that up and told him so, and then all this mud occurred.
I guess
missing
that makes
something?
sense, yeah.
This is why the process is in place. If somebody wants to buy that car right there, and on the window the list price is, whatever it is, if you want to pay that, sir, great news. As a sales representative, I don't need to talk to anybody. Pull your credit card out, let's get the deposit out of you, and we'll start to get your paperwork put together. The second it deviates from that, you don't have the authority to do or say anything. You shouldn't even, in fact, what led you to believe that you could do it at 12,000? You're going to say management told you could.
No, it was like just the price of the truck
Yeah.
minus incentives and.
So you looked at the incentive sheet, you did math, and I'm not saying
No, just on the website it says.
that's fine.
Like,
But that's fine. I'm not saying it was inaccurate, but I'm saying you then turned into Google, over-informed a customer, right? And then because of the way it was done, there was a seed of doubt in there, right? Like, this is where I'm saying you like stop thinking. The guy was here 2.5 months ago and said, if you gave me the truck and I just had to give you my trade in 12 grand, I'm a player. This is your words, yeah? Okay, so when he comes back, what is the goal? You're calling him back because you think there might be something you can do, and then knowing he's coming in, you're properly preparing for an appointment, and you're looking at incentives and you're saying, Eureka, I actually, you know what, look at that incentive. Now it looks like we can get this done. Your job is not to do that. Your job is to serve the customer, get on the right vehicle, and when it deviates from list price, solicit an opportunity or an offer from them. Management's job is they're the ones who are going to be accountable to ownership in this building as to why or why not they maintain certain levels of profitability, and that's their job. All your job is to do is come back to management and say, hey management, remember that guy from 2.5 months ago? Well, hey, I got this here. I was glancing at the incentives, but I mean, I don't know. I said to the guy, hey, we want to earn your business, and I want, what can I do? And I chatted with him. I got him in, and look, I got this offer. Remember what he gave us a couple months ago? He said we couldn't do. I got it here. I got a credit card. Got it written. He said customer will do business if we could take his trade in plus a $12,000 difference, get him into the new F-150 X line signed. Here's the offer. Here's the credit card. What do we got, boss? And at that point, you would have been in the midst of working a deal where you would have come back, said congratulations, and again, everything has played itself out. Because the table was set properly 2.5 months ago. There's nothing more powerful than when you can't do something, are willing to let a customer go, because logically nobody's making money when they walk out of here. So when a customer walks out of here 2 months ago and they don't take delivery of a vehicle, their brain says, well, I know if I got that deal, it would have been amazing. So amazing that they weren't able to do it. Well, when they come back in, why deviate from that path? Hey, sir, listen, I know what you said was going to earn your business when you were here before, and I just believe the customer's always right. I'm not going to tell you no. I want to put an offer together for my management team, let them consider it. You know, your presence is your best leverage when you're sitting right here at my desk. All I can do is say to them, there's a guy who's looking to get every, a bit of value out of his hard-earned money, and this is what he's willing to do, because that's all your job is to do. Nothing more, nothing less. You understand what I mean?
Yep.
Stop thinking, and the next time you have a B back in who's cool doing something, even if you've done the legwork to think, hey, this looks like we can do it, we still might decide, no, we want to sell the car for more money because there's none of them available and we got 10 people on it. Like, none of this is for you to consider. All your job is to do, and all you need to do to sell a ton of cars and make amazing incomes in this business is serve the customer, ask the right questions, solve the right problems, and solicit the business, and stop. Make sense? Learning something? We'll see you next time. Ace Selling Systems.